told me. I had no idea. All right, why don't you start away?
All right.
Here we go.
And welcome today. We're talking about something rotten with David Beach and Leslie Kritzer. Thank you guys for doing this. How were you growing up? Were you like theater nerds or like I am? Or you shied away from the theater? What were you both?
You start.
Should I start?
Yes.
Okay, well, okay, so I grew up studying classical piano first, before I did any of the singing or acting. So I was coming from a classical piano background, and then I was like, God, I felt like it was constricting me, like I was like, there's more here, and I was really good at it, and I was competing and all this stuff, but I knew I wasn't going to be a concert pianist. So then I started, my dad was a musician and an accountant, which is like the weirdest thing. He left the musician stuff behind, and he just stayed an accountant. But he was kind of like my coach, and I had my teacher, and then I like transitioned into singing and started studying classical voice because I came from the classical background. And then I'm like, well, I'm like wacky and weird, so I started doing theater, and I did like in middle school and stuff. But once I got to high school, and I grew up in New Jersey, but my parents weren't like auditioning me or anything like for stuff. It was, they really wanted me just to do. So I did high school plays, and people thought it was funny, and I started doing all that, and I think I just did all of the plays, and I kind of the piano, I used to accompany a little bit, but the piano stuff started falling over, and then I just started doing that. So yeah, I was totally a theater nerd. I auditioned to be I tried out to be a cheerleader, and they kind of said, you can't do both. So I decided to be a theater nerd, and here we are. I did all the theater
And
stuff.
you, David?
I grew up doing a lot of piano and a lot of pipe organ. And what happened at a certain point, when they started saying, even around 7th grade, they're like, we should be doing at least 2 hours of piano every day and at least 2.5 hours of organ every day. And I thought, I am so alone so much of the time. And it started driving me crazy. And I went away to camp as a piano organ major. And I started walking through where they were rehearsing the operettas. And it sounded amazing. I never heard people in junior high and high school sound so great. And then they all looked like they were having so much fun, and they were doing something together. So then I thought, I have to maybe do one of those things so that I'm not alone in a room, even though I love music so much. But I really, really like collaborating with people.
What high school plays did you both do?
Well, my high school drama teacher was transitioning to be an attorney, so I don't think he wanted to read anything. So we only did plays that had just been made into movies. So since I'm 52, so we did Chapter 2, which had just been a movie, Dracula, which had just been a movie, and one other one, and Heaven Can Wait. So, and I thought, because he's never read a play, or he doesn't want to read a play. I thought it was so ridiculous. And what would happen is that he would start rehearsal, and he'll say, I'm going to give notes at the beginning of rehearsal tomorrow, so after rehearsal, you guys can just leave. And it's because he would start rehearsal, and then he would go to night class, his law school class at night. And he wasn't even watching. He would give notes through his assistant director, who was a student. So it was not the most, it was not a performing arts high school that I went to.
Oh my goodness.
And you, Leslie?
I did, in high school you mean? Like which one?
Yeah.
Okay, I did the female version of The Odd Couple.
And
I
you
was
played with
The Oscar part, but a girl.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a good part for you.
It's really fun. I did Maggie in a Chorus Line. I was like Cockney Woman 1 in My Fair Lady. We did the Children's Hour, which I built sets for, and I was like Grocery Boy. And then my senior year, I had like this whole thing. I really wanted to be Maria in West Side Story, and they didn't give it to me, so I didn't do the play. But then I wound up, majoring in musical theater. But yeah, I did The Wizard of Oz, but I wasn't a star in my high school. Like it wasn't like they gave me all the parts or anything. And then, so that's it.
What was was your audition like for something rotten?
It was stressful for me because I really wanted to impress Casey because I've never worked with Casey, and so many of the other people have worked with him. And I was to come in to replace Brooke, and I think he's so amazing. So then I saw it, which you have to decide whether to see it or not see it. And I was like, information is always your friend. So then they wanted to know if I could dance. And I said, oh, like the wind. Oh, can I dance? But they never made me dance with them, which I love. And then I just sang through the song and did the scene. And they said, and Kevin was running late. So they said, oh, can you just wait around for a second? Because we want Kevin to see you. Then I just went right back in. And then I never got a call back. I never got anything. And they just then offered it to me the next week.
So what's your part in the show?
Brother Jeremiah.
Brother.
I had to think about my part. I was like, what's my character name? I literally was like, for 2 seconds, I forgot. I was like, B. So weird.
Be more specific.
B.
Bea Bottom.
I'm still working on that scene.
Bea Bottom.
So I actually was very fortunate. This was just a call from Casey. I had worked with him before, and when, I guess, since the last time I worked with him, he just thought of me. Elf. So it was one of those lucky things that you get a call and you're like, do you want to do something rotten? I'm like, yes.
But that's why I was nervous, because once he likes you, then he starts knowing because he knows if you did a good job in Elf. He knows if you got along with people and showed up, and so he has a core group.
And he uses the same people because in the building, in the cast, you can see, for the most part, really, everyone is great and really good people to work with and fun and respected. And so it's a fun place to work.
What did Brooks and Heidi, who's also a friend of mine, what did, in shadowing them, what did they say when you shadowed them? The play, the part?
The like, what did Brooke say when I walked out with him? Well, first, he was like, oh, you should definitely do whatever you want to do. And what I didn't realize is that since I wear the wig and the hat and the cape, he, as entertaining as he is on stage, he's just as entertaining off stage. And so I felt like there was every time someone would see the silhouette of Brother Jeremiah coming by, they'd be like, oh, here comes, oh, it's not Brooks. So this is backstage, because he's so fun to be around. And so then at a certain point I thought, oh, I should start working on material backstage or like funny insults to the crew or something. And then I finally was like, I give up. I can't be Brooks backstage. I just, so he said that he was very protective of the part, but felt very sure that I would do it well. And that made me feel great, even if he was lying, because he's a good actor and he could say anything he wanted to. But I loved the fact that I was able to steal from him, but I didn't have to do his.
Yeah, when you were announced, I'm like, that will be good. Is it right for that?
No, there's a lot of things that I stole from him, like when he hurts his finger or something.
Yeah, when you were announced, I'm like, oh my God, that would be so cool that you'll be taking over for him.
I was really excited that.
Me too.
Okay, that means a lot to me. Thank you.
I was excited to work with him because I've never worked with you before.
I know.
And I've heard so much about
And we have
you.
a lot of mutual friends.
So do we.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a drinking game. Like, who do you know? Who do I know?
Yeah, what did Heidi, who's one of my friends, tell you when you walked around?
Well, Heidi and I have worked together before, so I knew Heidi, which was fun, so we totally get along. She kind of showed me little tricks, specifically not as much on stage, but more backstage sort of things, like changing stuff and just technical things that her and the dresser had worked out. But the stuff she did, unless I had questions, she was really so just generous and was like, you're going to make it your own. And she was very helpful if I had any questions. She was just there for me.
Yeah, and you have that. You both have these great epic numbers
Yeah.
Right.
that
They were
just
fun.
kill. You have Light and Man, and you have See the Light,
Right.
We See the Light.
But I get to, what I like about See the Light is that someone starts it, I come out and have a nice, and then I'm like, okay, who wants to riff to finish it? Because I'm not going to finish it. You, Kogi, you do that. But when your number, it's like no one's, I mean, you got the two guys there, but
They're
you
just
were.
watching, really.
Yeah, no,
I
they're
mean,
like-
Rob says a little.
They're like, oh, wait, I'm no gonna, that's
Yeah,
all.
and I was like, it's
Yeah,
just me.
yeah.
It's sink or swim. It's like, sometimes I wish there was like a group. I'm like, because if you're tired, that's it. Like,
And it's and it's the beginning of the show. Like at least with mine, I'm warmed up. But it's
Yeah,
like
but
Marisha,
you-
Alex, just
You
take it.
get to act like James Brown.
Yeah, I get to. I just like the fact that
Yeah.
I love having clothes ripped off me. I was like, oh, can I have them rip off my pants too? That was like the one. I was like, they're like, what do you want to do in this number? I'm like, I see my pants being ripped off as well. And they're like, no, besides that. I'm like, I see my pants being ripped off. And like they would never let me do it. I'm like, that would be so funny to me.
that would be fun.
If I had like little hot pants and high boots. But I don't think that there was any time, they thought there would be no time for me to put pants back on. I'm like, I'll come back out without pants, I don't care. But anyway, sometimes things like that are really great, and when you tell them, but then you think, oh yeah, it would never really work.
What's your favorite thing about Right Hand Man?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I think, that's hard. I'm trying to think of like how to answer that.
Is it a very hard song to sing?
It seems, might seem easy, but it's actually a little difficult.
Yeah, because
It's a tiny bit hard.
it all like belting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only hard because I have to kind of set what's gonna happen, because she only has that one song, and then you see her as all these different people, so it's important for the story that you set up exactly what Bea's about to do, which is go out
Yeah.
and kind of take things into her, take the reins of what she knows how she can do, and then she keeps showing up as a guy, and she keeps trying, and then you don't see her sing again. But I think that the hardest part, I guess, is that, it's like the first introduction people have to her,
Yeah.
so I kind of have to be great, or they're like, boo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I really, really like about listening to it over the monitor is that you really keep it different. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be talking to someone backstage. I'm like, wait, but what did she just do?
I always do that
Like,
little part for you now.
yeah.
Now that I know that you like it, I'm like, I have to hit it.
And
every
sometimes
time.
you don't want to tell someone what you like about something because then they're like, oh no, I'm going to be in my head. But I said there's just one little.
Yeah.
It's not a riff. It would be.
Shrinking.
It's an ornament.
Yeah, it's an
a
ornament.
Baroque ornament that she does, and I can't get enough of it.
He likes it, and now I think of him. I'm like, okay, and now I keep it because I know he likes it.
That one of my the one that I listen to on the internet.
Is
I
there a
like-
recording of you on the internet doing that?
No,
Heidi.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
Okay.
great. She was great.
Yeah.
She has an amazing voice.
yeah.
And she originated it, so
Yeah,
It's so much.
you'll get to hear us tonight.
yeah. What your favorite mishap in something rotten? Because this is
No, I like the.
hilarious show. It one punchline after the other, one slapstick one after the other. So there had to be one thing that goes wrong.
Yeah. Well, I could not remember their Nick and Nigel
Oh, yeah.
Bottom. I could not remember their name.
True.
So, and I come on stage. Sometimes I come on stage just for like 35 seconds and I leave. And so I got up right before it and I was like, I don't remember what their name is. So I was like, oh, so help me God, I will smite these. And I thought, is this a penis joke or a butt joke? I couldn't, because that's all my, so then I'm like, wait a minute, but maybe it's a heathen joke, and I could not think of it. And so I basically said Puritan, and then screamed all the way off stage. And then everyone off stage was like, oh my God, what's happening to you? So that was not my favorite mishap. It was my least favorite mishap, but it's the one that I think about the most.
Something happened to me.
The cane.
The cane broke because I hit it against the thing and it broke, and I didn't have a funny comeback. It was like, you know, when they say you hear crickets in a theater, it's like you can hear a pin drop. Not funny.
Yeah.
I've just done like the worst comeback ever. That, and then wait, something else
The
happened.
beard.
Oh, okay. So right before that
Yeah,
entrance
yeah,
of the courtroom scene,
I know.
there's always candy stage right,
Yeah.
and one of the stagehands keeps like a bowl of it, and I try not to go over there, but I was like, I just want a piece of chocolate. So I took the beard and I put it. It goes up here, and there's a mustache. So I took the beard and I put it under my chin so I wouldn't get chocolate on it.
But
And I took
isn't
like a little
it-
Kit Kat.
But isn't it like cinnamon gum?
No, there's no. It's just like connected to a rubber band thing.
It's got to come off so
Because
quickly.
it has to come off so quick.
Yeah.
So I had the chocolate, but I forgot to put it back. So I come on stage with the mustache
The hairy neck.
and the bear, you know, like this. Now, I didn't realize it, but everyone else on stage realized it, but me. And I'm like, correction, I am the lawyer, and I see me hitting
And
this
everyone's like,
man. And everyone's like this. And then I notice, I'm like, you, whatever. And then for 2 seconds, I was like, oh my God, the beard. And I had to turn upstage and put it back on. So there we go.
That cracked me up.
Yeah.
One thing that you want to thank accidentally
Oh.
steal
When the show closed.
when the ill closes.
Oh, you mean like something from the show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what would
like
I-
a pop.
My wig.
Oh, your wig?
Do it.
I
It's $5,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of would like to take my cape, because I played a lot with capes when I was growing up, and I thought, but one time I was like, oh wait a minute, I used to always play cape, like, so my head just, that's a nice cape.
It is a really nice cape.
Yeah.
The hat too is pretty great.
Yeah, the hat's on its last days.
Yeah.
So-
Um,
I'm trying to think of what else from a scene or something. I can't think of anything, like prop-wise. So.
I think I'd also take the baby. Lies, no. It's like a big baby.
I just want to thank you for doing this.
Oh, well, thank you for having us.
And you get to come see the show tonight.
Yeah.
So that means I have to like really warm
Yeah.
up really good.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
warm up.
I gotta warm up really
Yeah.
good.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.